freedom. Will always love you from the distance. Never met them, but still shout out to your sisters.
So let's jump into it. I'm gonna show you some original and then some my version after. So here's their original that I was sent.
Over. Thinking got me paranoid. She's the type of chick I like to avoid.
Alright, so let's just listen to what I got and then I'll explain what I did.
Over. Thinking got me paranoid. She's the type of chick I like to avoid. Now she's got me whipped like I'm a slave. I'm feeling shame cause she's catching feelings. No one to blame but me. We have conversations.
Alright, so you could hear right off the bat it's clear vocals. The original ones were a little bit muddy, so I cleaned it up, scooped off a little bit of the low end, boosted a little bit of high end. You can see my chain over here, and just really trying to bring out the clarity in the vocals. And then after the whole cleaning up and everything, I jumped into these effects. So my very first thing I did here was panning. So this very first intro part, so I pan left, right, left, just to give it more movement instead of just being dead center the whole time. And then when it comes in, you hear this.
Over. Thinking got me paranoid.
Alright, so the very first thing you hear is a delay on this right here.
Over.
Right.
Over.
And then after that comes this stutter effect.
Thinking got me paranoid.
And to do that, all you gotta do is take the first word of the phrase, so think, and then pull it over. And you're gonna probably want to do it on a grid so it sounds in time. I was using 16th notes, and you just simply drag it over, copy it, put it there, and then shorten it so it's just that first little part of it, like that. And then you get
thinking got me paranoid.
Alright. Next up is this little beat drop right here.
No one to blame but me. We have conversation.
Alright, so let me solo the beat so you hear what's going on. So it's just playing through. I decided to chop this part out so it emphasizes the vocals. And what I use here is a slowing down effect. What I'm using is, it's a stock Pro Tools plugin called Verify. And slow down just like that, and speed up I use on this part right here, so it sounds like it's coming back in. Alright, so that's a really cool plugin to get the like tape slow down, tape speed up sound. Now let's jump to the next part here. Have some more delays going on. As you can see right here, I have it labeled. All these delays on this track are 8th note delays. If there's anything on this track that you see, it'll be the same thing, 8th note delay, but it has feedback on it. And what I'm using is Echo Boy, so you can see right here the feedback. And I'm just using a single echo for these ones here. On this track here, on the bottom, it's a quarter note delay, and it's a ping pong delay. So it's going to go left, right, like that. And it's set up with some feedback as well, so it's feedback meaning it's going to repeat the delay, not just a single delay, it'll keep going.
Me, it's real, recognize real, and she recognize me. Late night,
texting, in the backseat girl we keep sweating.
She said.
Alright, so I mixed in a couple different effects on this part. Very first thing is a detune on this one, just, I think it was about, let's see, I go to pitch shift, I'm using the stock pitch shift plugin in Pro Tools, and under course I went down, I believe it's 3 semitones, and then on the second part here I dropped it down even lower to about 6 semitones.
Texting, in the backseat girl we keep sweating.
She said.
Alright, and then after detuning it, I did a delay on the sweatin' part right here.
We keep sweating.
She said.
Plus a beat drop right here to really emphasize the vocals. And right before the beat drop, I use that Verify plugin to slow down the sound.
In the backseat, girl, we keep sweating.
She said when you're with your boy.
Alright, so it just gives the song like a little break and emphasizes the vocals as well. Alright, right here in this hook part, I just have this long quarter note ping pong delay with feedback, so it's going to keep repeating. So you can hear that here.
On my bike with the heart and then we drift off.
When the night takes over,
Screech.
you are nowhere to be.
So you can hear it's going left, right, left, like that, and it just keeps repeating. Alright, so on to the second verse.
Bad nigga with your soul shit, your inner demons. I come.
Alright, so stutter effect right here. The bad right there. And then demons. I copied that and pasted it down here. And then I copied it again, pasted it here, and then delayed it a little bit. So I just moved it, nudged it over, so it's a little bit off. And by doing that, I'm able to get a separate sound on it, so it doesn't just sound like multiple mono. Like, it actually sounds like it's another recording because it's not exact same time. And then one's pitched down and the other one's pitched up, so it gets that demon sound, like, since I'm emphasizing the word demons. And then here's just
Lack of freedom. Just your eyes show me peace and it's leading me to freedom. Will always love you from the distance.
Alright, so another beat drop here, delay on freedom, and then come back in on the, it's not right on the downbeat, it's after it does the and then it comes in on the beat after. There.
Distance. Never met him but still shout out to your
So another stutter effect.
games, I ain't talking Tetris. Digged everything.
Alright, so right when he says Tetris, I have the beat, slow down, and then speed back up. And in here, you're going to hear a lot of the delays.
And that's real talk. Pride taking over me. I need some clear thoughts. I need some peace of mind. I need to take my time. I'm regretting shit I did to you in every lane. But look up.
Alright. And then that's another hook there. So now we're going to jump into the last verse.
Guess after all this.
Alright, so that swelling in sound, that's this right here. Alright, all I did on that is I take the very first little part of the word that he's going to say right here, and then I reverse it and add a reverb to it, so it's like a reverse reverb sound where it's swelling in instead of like a normal reverb. If you hit something and then you hear the tail of the reverb, this is making it backwards, so you're swelling in on the vocals.
Guess after all this, man, I learned a good lesson, so there's no point in stressing. See, we built a connection.
Alright, plus I have some extra plugins going on the vocals in this third verse because it's meant to sound kind of not underwater, but like a little more like pushed back and distorted and all that. So I added 2 more effects, this EQ here to kind of scoop off more lows and highs, and then push up in a little, what is that, like 1.6 K. So I just did a little tiny boost right there, kind of like telephony effect, but not completely. And then I use this Air Lo-Fi plugin just to add a little bit more grit to it. So I use this right here under distortion. And then you have your delays going on.
You always like to play games when I prefer the naked truth. Strip away your insecurities.
Alright, so it's just a bunch of delays on this part to make it stand out. And that's it.
Guess after all this, man, I learned a good lesson, so there's no point in stressing. See, we built a connection that's what led to affection, and I'm doubting that I'll end up regretting. And you always like to play games when I